Hello dear students, once again welcome you all for power system operation and control class. So in the previous class you have seen hydrothermal scheduling, its introduction and how hydel plants are working. So let us see today the scheduling. So there are two different types of scheduling as we seen, that is long range scheduling as well as short range scheduling. So the long range scheduling means it's a long range forecasting of water availability and scheduling of reservoir water releases. The time period depends on the capacity of the reservoir. Its scheduling be from 1 week to 1 year or for several years. So and it involves the statistical analysis. Long term scheduling has to take into account uncertainties of load, water inflow, growth in thermal generation, etc. Many things to be taken in account. Solutions are obtained by making some assumptions such as constant thermal power, constant hydel power, dynamic programming or statistical models are used to do this one. Means the long range scheduling is nothing but for a long time. You might have seen, I will give you a very small example, like in our dams there will be storage of some waters. They will give the things, this much TMC water is available in our dam and this will be help us till November, till December, till March, like that they will give the data. Okay, so same thing, that is to your water supply, the drinking water, that purpose, but I am telling you the same thing in power generation. So availability of the water by forecasting the monsoon, how much we can store, how much we can generate, what are the other constants like thermal power generation, all those things we will have a long range scheduling. Coming to the short range scheduling, it involves only for hour to hour scheduling. So all data are assumed to be known and starting from an initial operating schedule, an hourly schedule is drawn for meeting all constraints. In this scheduling we have generally three categories. The first category is only hydro plants, which are very rare. The constant is only the water inflow. Here only hydel plant is there, no thermal plants, nothing. So obviously it is of constant is only the water inflow. The second point is systems where majority of generation is hydro and the scheduling is done to minimize the cost of the thermal system. Here the hydrothermal system only, both hydel as well as thermal system will be there, but majority of the hydel things will be there, means hydel plants will be there. So here main thing is to what, to have a scheduling of hydel plants to minimize the cost of the thermal. And the last one is majority of the systems have balance between thermal and hydro plants, where hydro plants form a minor portion. So here the schedules are developed to minimize the production cost of the thermal generation, keeping the hydro generation constants in mind. So these are the three categories in the short term scheduling. Now we will see the different nomenclature is used in the different scheduling. PGT raised to K is nothing but the thermal generation in kth time of interval. PGH raised to K, this is the hydro generation in the kth interval. You can see G for generation, T for thermal, G for generation, H for hydel. Okay, capital N is the number of time intervals. K, which is taken in the raised to part, where that K is nothing but a particular interval. NT is the number of time intervals when thermal plant is on. N is the total number of intervals and NT is the number of time interval on where the thermal plant is on. H raised to K is the number of hours in the kth interval. PDK, PD is for the demand at the kth interval. P loss K, obviously power loss in the kth interval. Q in K, this is the water inflow in the kth interval. It is usually given by meter cube per second or meter cube per hour. Q naught K, water discharge, means water outflow in kth interval. T max is the total time interval. TT is the total time on the thermal plant is on. So by using these nomenclatures, we are having the four different algorithms to have the hydrothermal scheduling. Those are, one is scheduling based on energy, short range scheduling using gamma and lambda iterations, general hydrothermal scheduling using discrete time intervals, short range scheduling using penalty factors. 4 different things are there. So let us see. The first one is the scheduling based on energy. Scheduling based on energy. So in this method, we are using the hydro generation is the major component, but cannot meet the all the demand at the all the time. So thermal generation is also included. Okay, you can see in this figure how a hydrothermal plant is working. See, a PL load is supplied by the both thermal power and hydel power, where the thermal plant is depending upon the fuel cost and hydel plant is depending upon the water discharge Q. Okay, so here main thing is what major component is of hydel plant, and but it is not able to fulfill all the demand at the all the time of the system. So we are making some assumptions. So first one, the hydro plant has the capacity to supply the entire load itself. Therefore, any period K, we are given it as PGH. K is greater than or equal to PDK, means generation of hydro plant is more than or equal to power demand. The energy from the hydro plant is not sufficient to meet the load at all the time. So you can see capacity is there, but energy capacity we can't meet at the all the time. So here make the clear difference. Capacity is always more than the demand side the load, but energy at the all the time we can't meet. So that you can see here PGH into H, which is give you the energy which is lesser than PD into H. PD means what? That is the load into hour. So you know power into hour is nothing but energy, power into time. So in the equation 5.3 it is very clear. Okay, now Hk is the number of hours at the interval k, so summation of h of k is nothing but T max. Okay, then energy required from the steam plant. So as we know now, energy at the all the time it is not possible. So what is the energy required from the remaining energy we need to from the thermal plant? That is given by energy demand minus energy supplied by the hydro plant. Okay, that is your E. That should be supplied by what? Thermal plant. So that E is equal to summation of K is 1 to NT PGT HK. Understood? This is PGT is nothing but power generated from the thermal plant. So next our main intention is what? We need to minimize it, as we seen in the your economic schedule and all, minimizing the fuel cost. With the constraint is what? Thermal energy minus the energy requirement from the system, it must be equal to 0, or we can make it vice versa, E minus PGT HK also. So you know a Lagrange's method, it is taken by Lagrange's L is equal to summation of the cost function A plus 1 lambda into the constraint. Okay, so by differentiating with respect to PGT and equating it to 0, we are going to get the lambda. So this equation 5.11 implies that the steam plant must run at a constant incremental cost for the entire period during which it is on. Means when the thermal plant is on, it should be run in the constant lambda. Okay, the figure you can see in the 5.3 figure, PGT is working on the same lambda, but hydro plant is varies. You can see it's like a wave, but your thermal plant's PGT is fixed. TT till the time thermal plant is on, it is in the uniform way, means it is in a constant lambda. Okay, so then fuel cost is given by Ft is equal to summation of F of PGT into HK. So you will get this equation 5.12. So this is expressed in terms of 3 parts, A into B plus C, that PGT as the function. So if you multiply it by time period, totally it will give the energy. So energy is given in the equation 5.15. E is equal to summation of PGT HK. So we are going to take TT, total time period, is equal to energy by power generated at the thermal plant. Then substituting this one in the equation, previous equation, we will get one to minimize the Ft. So at last we are going to get the power generated at the thermal plant is the square root of A by C. Okay, one problem is given on this one with the hydro plant and the thermal plant supplies a constant load of 100 megawatt for 1 week. The characteristics is given, hydro plants is given, thermal plants is also given, and PGT is with a limit of 10 to 60 megawatt. So determine the schedule if the hydro plant energy is limited to 12,000 megawatt hour and the volume of the water drawn is limited to 3.2 into 10 raised to 8 meter cube. So with these data, the things are substituted and solution is taken. Anyhow, you solve this problem by your own. Okay, so anyhow the problems are available here. You just go through and try to solve it. Okay, if you find any difficulties, you can call me. Thank you.